FlowChat connector, what's happening? It's Tuesday, and I'm excited to drop another high-ticket tune-up FlowChat sales training coming at you live. We're going to talk about business development and lead generation problems. What's happening, FlowChat connector? Pow! Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Bam! Sean back here at you with another FlowChat sales training, high-ticket tune-up for you to just tune up your agency and crush it. Don't forget to smash that like button and feed this out to the algorithm gods so that more people can get this information. It's really valuable. Today, we're diving into something that's really awesome. I'm real excited about it because it's a survey that I recently reviewed all the data that we collected, and I wanted to share the results. We're going to dive right into business development and lead generation problems typically found in agencies. Like, why is this happening? If we understand why, we can create a solution. And of course, as I always do, I will leak some cool little pro tips and tricks that you can use to counteract all of this stuff. So let's get to it. Here we go. First and foremost, there's 4 main reasons that we found agency owners don't prospect. And it could be because you have these huge eyes looking like this guy. Did someone say affordable lead generation with no prospecting? Ha, ha, ha. Well, unfortunately, prospecting has to exist. It has to exist in every single business. And it's part of one of the 5 core functions. If you've ever watched Alex Sharfin, he talks about the 5 functions of a business, which would be lead generation, lead nurture, conversion, delivery fulfillment, and then retention and resell. So if those are the 5 buckets, we can't really argue every business has those buckets. We need to look at lead gen. So we did this survey about 489 business owners. And here is the number one reason why people don't prospect, because they don't have the motivation, right? And something that comes along with this is they just don't dedicate enough time or energy to actually prospecting. So 66% of the sample group that we pulled from, so this is almost 2/3 or just at 2/3, don't dedicate enough time or energy to prospecting. So the pro tip to fix this one is open your freaking calendar, very simple, and block time to prospect and figure out how to get in that space, right? So if you're not prospecting because of a lack of prospecting motivation, number 1, block it on your calendar. If that doesn't work, hire someone to actually do the prospecting work for you. And of course, FlowChat is the infrastructure, the tool, the architecture you could use, and then deploy that person you hire, or even you use it because it's that system or that tool. That's what we're all about. Again, you can check it out in the description below if you want to learn a little bit more about FlowChat and what we can do, because this is an area we really shine in. In fact, we own the space. The second reason we found was this. Poor targeting. Poor targeting is such a sad thing, right? A couple of things came along this. Like, first of all, 48% of people said they didn't know how to work with gatekeepers, meaning they're reaching out through social media, email, whatever, and they're getting a start with a conversation with somebody, but then they don't know how to work with gatekeepers. They just think the gatekeepers need to be dismissed. They try to go over their head, around them, or through them. And what happens is gatekeepers are so valuable and so important, and so every single business that's out there, we need to pay attention to that, right? Also, 43% of the sample size said they're trying to connect with people too low in the target organization. Now, here's something that I learned when I was doing professional sales training myself, when I was going through a lot of the education that I've gone through. Start at the top, right? There's this book that was written by David Sandler and David Mattson called Starting with Veto, or Sell to Veto, and it's very important top officer. In that book, they talk about how the psychology behind, if you started with working towards like speaking with the CEO and you connect with them. Here's the thing about CEOs. They have more time, typically, if they're running a pretty solid business, they have more time to be interested in the vision and different ideas and new things and different things that will solve the business, like what you might have to offer them. So if you can get on the horn with the CEO and you can say, listen, like, you're probably not the person for this, but I believe I can fix this problem for you if you have it. Do you have the problem? Yes, I do. Okay, who do I need to talk to? And if we start that conversation versus starting with, say, for example, when I was selling electronics components, when I didn't know this rule, I actually started with the lowest level entry person that was doing delivery and like running the back office with shipping. And I said, well, who do I need to talk to? Who's your boss? And then I'll go to that person. Who's your boss? And I'll go to that person. And who's your boss? And over and over and over. And eventually, people burn out when they go down that path. So starting with the top is much better choice, right? So we're targeting, right? If you have targeting issues, again, go check out FlowChat. Again, watch that demo, get on a call with our team, because we can fix that for you in an instant. 41%. So nearly half of people are just targeting the wrong people. And so if you find yourself targeting the wrong people, it's time to look at how you're doing your targeting. If you don't have a systematic way of doing that, come check out FlowChat, please. I'm going to just keep pushing that in you because it's the right tool. And when you target the wrong people, you burn a lot of energy and you spin your tires and you feel like you're in the mud and you never get traction. And that sucks. So poor targeting, I understand exactly why this can burn someone out when it comes to prospecting, and it would actually lead to the item number one. If you're doing the work and you're finding like you're getting a whole bunch of people into your group as an example, and then you're never getting people onto a call, well, that could be your targeting is off, right? And so that's an indicator. And if that's the case, then like that will lead to a lack of prospecting motivation because you're like, what I'm doing is not working, I quit. Well, if you're truly focused on hitting the goal that you're working towards, like poor targeting should be something that you pay a little bit more attention to. Again, we have answers for that. Number 3 out of 4 here, insufficient outreach or giving up too early. This one I see every day, okay? No joke. I work with thousands of agency owners. I've trained thousands and thousands of sales professionals and business owners and entrepreneurs. This one happens all the time. And here's the data from the survey. They're not touching their prospects often enough to connect. 56% of the sample group, okay? So what does that mean? Over half of the people that we work with every day do not touch their prospects often enough. So a couple of things you need to know. 60% of engagement with new opportunity will be found after the 4th touch point. Most people that I start working with only have 1, 2, maybe 3, sometimes 4, if really lucky, attempts to connect with somebody, okay? If we know that 60% of the engagement comes after the 4th touch point, we better have a system that has that many touch points in it. And even to take that one step further, 80% of your deals will be closed after 13 touch points, right? Experts say 7 to 12 touch points is the magic number. I did the data, I did the research and look at the numbers. 80% of deals get closed after 13 touch points. So again, you don't have 13 touch points inside of a process in which you can do your prospecting, you need to come look at FlowChat because that's the solution for you, right? It's the only one that's designed by a sales-brained person, right? We have a team of leadership that has been in the sales game for upward of 3 decades, over 3 decades, and we've poured all of everything into the tool, which is pretty fantastic. But next, 51%, so half give up too easily. So if you're giving up, then that's your fault, not me, right? So that's just one of the things we need to be aware of. Don't give up. Right? If don't give up on your dreams, doesn't make sense. Next one is 49%. Again, half of them only use one form of media to connect, right? And so there's a lot of tools out there. Again, I'm going to talk about FlowChat all day today that only focus on one particular social platform. We focus on direct messaging, outreach, and social media, right? Social media means more than just Facebook, more than just LinkedIn, right? We actually have 5 major platforms that we work on right now. So again, if you're not reaching out on multiple forms or multiple channels, come look at FlowChat. We'll give you the secret keys. Okay. 42% of the people don't use the phone enough for outreach. So again, there's a lot of questions we asked on this survey. One of them was, do you use the phone? What we found is 42% of people do not ever use the phone. They just try to get people to go to a website or go to a webinar or do this or that or next thing. They don't use phone or Zoom enough to actually connect with people, especially if you're an agency owner. Like agency owners, the most important thing is nurture, right? Most people forget the nurture part, but if you have, like again, the 5 core functions, lead generation, FlowChat solves that in an instant. We can go to any Facebook or we can go anywhere on social and collect lots and lots of people that are the right fit. So that boom, got it, right? Lead nurture. We need to have at least 4 touch points to get 60% engagement. We have to have 13 touch points to close 80% of the deals. So again, that's what FlowChat focuses on. And it always drives into, let's do a call. Let's do a Zoom, or hey, go watch this website. And then it's a continued conversation to eventually get on the phone and close a deal. So if you're in an agency, think about this one. Almost half of people just don't connect with people over Zoom or phone. Like that's crazy. We should be doing that. And then number 4, finally, is the lack of research or customization. Again, don't research prospects sufficiently before reaching out. This is so valuable, right? If you have a bucket of people that are the right tribe for you and you're looking through these groups, before you send any messages, make sure that like what we have is a 4-point qualifier on a social channel. So we can go look at someone's profile on any of the socials and we have a yes/no questionnaire that we ask ourselves. Like, does this happen? Yes or no? Is this real? Yes or no? Is this what they're doing? Yes or no? Is this what they're doing? Yes or no? And if it's yes to all of them, then we start the outreach sequence, and that's how we do it. So if you don't have a process in place for that, again, come check out FlowChat, right? Because it's one of those things that can truly help you. And with that said, the last thing here is don't customize messages for each prospect. About 41% of people are spamming you. That's why you get all these messages that are just ridiculous. Like, hey, buy my stuff. Hey, buy my stuff. Hey, buy my stuff. Well, that's not a relationship. That's nothing to do with sales. That's just spam. And spam is illegal. That's why we don't do that. And so if you want the secrets, the keys, the true way to customize a message, come check out FlowChat because we teach all of that stuff too. And with that said, I'm going to come back and just say, you know what? This is really valuable for a lot of people. So if you've seen these 4 things and you know now like you're suffering from one of these and you need some help, check out the description box below. Come jump on a call with our team. We can help you walk through all of this because we all know new blood in an organization in terms of prospects and clients is the lifeline for any and all businesses. And so if you don't have a continuous flow of eyeballs coming and looking at you and your products and your services, you need to make some changes. 2022 is a great year to do it, right? Because the internet is exploding. There's a lot of things that are coming out right now. There's more usage now that everything's growing. And if you're not using social media to truly grow your business, come check out FlowChat. Just come have a conversation with us because I am sure it will be something of valuable, right? And here you go. Valuable secrets revealed for major pain points. There you go. That's it, right? So if you're doing lead generation services, use this video to speak with your prospects. And then with that said, you just been tuned up. It's another FlowChat sales training. And gosh, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this out to some people that might need it. With that said, I will look forward to speaking with you next time.